David Johnston.
Speaker. There are many things I welcome in this bill, from the setting up of levelling up missions through to the powers to regenerate, but I will focus on housing and planning because that's what I get more correspondence about than anything else. I believe strongly government should be helping as many people as possible to own their own home, and more importantly, the vast majority of my constituents believe that as well. Those who already own their own home remember the pride they felt in getting on the ladder for the first time. They're often helping children and grandchildren to try and do the same. And those who don't own their own home have never complained to me about there being too many houses built. They only say that they are not affordable. The problems in my constituency, which are dismissed as NIMBYism, actually stem from the fact that the two district councils I cover are in the top 10 for house building in the country relative to their size, but the bottom third for infrastructure. And that has meant we get many homes which are too often low quality, unaffordable, and put an unnecessary strain on the environment, local infrastructure, and people's quality of life. So I entirely support the government's focus on Biden, on beauty and infrastructure and democracy and environment and neighbourhoods. And I am grateful that the government has listened to a lot of the complaints people had about the planning system, from stressing the importance of local plans, which I believe will have greater weight in the bill, through to the issues of 5-year land supply, the bizarre situation where land is allocated by councils for development, and if it's not developed, it's not classed towards it. Well, that's not the council's fault that that's the case. I'm pleased we're going to challenge some of the anti-competitive practices that we have seen in this industry for a long, long time. And as quite a number of colleagues have said, I also support moving away from the zonal system, because that was one of the things that most concerned constituents, that you would be able to just build whatever you wanted in certain areas. But I do think there are lots of things we might still do to help enhance this bill as it moves through. Many of them have been touched on, but just quickly. Firstly, I support the digitalisation of the planning process. I might like to think we might bring back hybrid meetings for people when it comes to these planning situations. I think that's pretty logical, and we must make sure the digitally excluded still have ways of taking part. On the environment, I welcome the environmental outcome reports. But as my honourable friend knows, I feel strongly it's not just about what it does to the surrounding environment, it's about the way in which the houses are constructed. And he knows I would like to see houses built to the latest environmental standard once a certain period has elapsed, rather than the one at the time they got permission, which is often 5 or 6 years previously. We know we will have to retrofit those homes. On targets, I agree with what a lot of colleagues have said. I understand why targets are needed. Actually, my two district councils have usually exceeded their targets, but the way in which they're used is unhelpful. We have a problem with the City of Oxford always demanding the highest possible number of houses, but not building any of them. So in my area, we build 1,500 when they build 88, and they still say they always want the highest target number that they could possibly have. And finally, on infrastructure, I completely endorse what my honourable friend and member for South West Bedfordshire have said. We've got to get this in first, particularly GP surgeries. Constituents don't believe it's coming anymore. And I think they do, like most of the rest of the country, believe in home ownership, but the way we've built homes has too often made them feel a curse on the area people used to love, and I hope this bill can fix that.